Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. A little bit different video today. So, y'all know I had my reloading equipment set up on this bench I made in the house, and I ended up moving it. I'm not done setting it up, but I rearranged this desk area, this work area, to where I could get all my different battery chargers and such. See, I've got an old Black & Decker weed eater that uses batteries, and then of course my Porter Cable impact and drill and sawzall and everything takes batteries nowadays. So this is one of the battery chargers that I use. It'll do a lot of different sizes, and it's a lithium ion charger, so it actually does really good. I use it to charge my light that goes on my firearm and headlamps that I've got. So that charges those well. Then I've got an Energizer charger. Well, see, I've got a couple of double A's in there. The only thing I don't like about that one is you got to have a pair of batteries in there when you charge them. You can't just charge one. And then this is a charger I've had for quite a few years. I actually bought my son-in-law one. It'll do 9-volt, AAA, AA, C's, D's, and you can choose whether it's an alkaline battery you're charging, which is a regular store-bought battery, or nickel metal hydride, I think I'm saying that right, or nickel cadmium, and which is a rechargeable battery. So this charger will charge regular store-bought batteries. You just have to put it on the proper setting so that when the battery's, if it's 100% dead, it's probably not going to charge. But if it's about 90%, this charger will smart charge those store-bought batteries and save you some money. Now, the thing is, you don't want to charge them unless you're going to use them, is what they tell you. Me, I just keep them charged. I go through. But other thing, you see I've got my laptop set up here on the desk and a couple of power strips. And there's a reason I've got those power strips there. So all of these chargers are on this power strip. I can just flip that switch and every one of them will light up and come on and charge if I need it to. Secondly, my security cameras, the TV that I use to watch those cameras, and the DVR that's constantly running, I don't want that to go down if the power goes out. So I've got it also plugged in on a separate strip so that it stays on all the time. Now here's the difference. I finally brought, and I've had this at work, I finally brought it home. It's a UPS backup power supply. So basically it's an uninterrupted power supply. So anything that's plugged into it, if the power goes out, this keeps it running. It doesn't even blink. So it's got its own batteries inside, and it'll tell you how long it will last with the current load that's on it. So if I turn the monitor off of the cameras up there, I can get 465 minutes of runtime. Of course, I'm not with no chargers on, just a laptop plugged in to keep it charged, and the lights, the LED lights that I've put up. So if I need to charge batteries and such, I can just flip it on and do that. Another good thing about this UPS system is I've got my little Belfang ham radios charger right here. I keep it plugged in. So if power's out for an extended period of time and we're using radios to communicate, such as when crap hits the fan or whatever, I've got a charger here that I can set on. Now I've got about 8 or 10 of those things, but I've got one of the chargers on the desk so that I rotate through them. Like there's one here, and I'll show y'all. I keep them in these Mylar bags I've shown before that I make. But you take the radio and just set it in the charger and get it back fully charged, and then put it back in the bag. Now I haven't sealed this up because I wanted to do this video, but you seal it up and then you do the next one. All right, and this is just a terabyte hard drive that I save videos and all that stuff in. This is where I do my editing on my videos and all that. So I just thought I'd bring it up, guys. Everybody can't afford these Blue Eddies and all that stuff out there that people talk about. The backup solar power banks and such. This just plugs into your house, and it's got batteries built in it. It puts out the power that you need to run through it. So if you go through the display, like right now, it says I can run 115 minutes, which is roughly 2 hours, 5 minutes shy of 2 hours, with the lights on and the television and all that stuff. Now, if I turn TV off, I get 465 minutes, I think is what it was telling me. So, it's a much bigger television. But either way, so if you go through the settings, I'm putting 119 volts in it, which is coming from the grid, and it's at 60 hertz. The output is 119 volts at 60 hertz. And right now, just the television and the lights is only drawing 0.063 kilowatts. And go back through, drawing 82 watts or 81 watts. It fluctuates a little bit. And let's see, the output there says 0.7 amps, so less than an amp, about 3/4 of an amp. And let's see what else. Tells you your battery status is 100%, and then when you go back, it shows everything. This is your load capacity. As you see, it lights up just like this row. So I'm not even using enough through it right now to say that it's got a strain on it. And it is expandable. You can open this and add more batteries to it. I've never done that. I've had this power supply for probably 5 or 6 years. Basically, when I had my bait and tackle store, I bought this and I ran my security cameras, alarm system, cash register, all that through this. So if the power went out, I could still operate my store just, because of this for a few hours. And then I would get my generator up there if I needed to run my aerator for the live bait and all that stuff. But anyway, it's a good thing to have. They're not near as expensive as those solar chargers, of course, because you don't have the ability to run this or charge it up as like the solar power. But just for a general power grid down deal, depending on what you want to run through it for, an hour or 2 or 3 or 4 hours, one of these things could very well suit your needs. So I just thought I'd do a video on it. And, these LED lights I ran, I can turn that off. See, I don't have the light on the camera. Yeah, I need to finish organizing those shelves. But they don't take a whole lot of power. Turn them on, it's taking 7 extra watts to run those LED lights. So anyway, I just thought, let me flip this around. I thought that would be a good idea for some of you that need emergency power, those people that may need a CPAP machine while they're sleeping or whatever, and the power goes out, that kind of thing. This will keep that equipment running until the power goes off. Now, if I unplug it, simulate power outage, it's got a loud alarm on it. It will beep. It'll wake you up. It'll whatever. You can come over and hit the mute button, and that'll stop the beeping from driving you nuts, so that you need to monitor it, how long you've got to shut things down and all of that before you've got to get another power source. But it's a good option to have. It's a whole lot less expensive than those off-grid solar generators. Now, I'm not going to say it's better than that, because I can only plug this in and charge it through the grid or through a generator. But the solar generators that they're calling solar generators, it's just a power supply that you can use solar power to recharge the batteries with. They do a lot more than just this. This is strictly for your AC electronics. Plug it in. It's got a bunch of plugs on the back side to where they're surge protected and all of that. and you've got a strip of all the way down one side is nothing but surge protection receptacles. It's letting power come in and power go out. It's not using it through the UPS system. The other side is all the way down, and it is UPS uninterrupted power supply, also surge protected for all of this stuff. So hopefully that would help. And each one of these strips has a surge protection in it. So hopefully that would help if there was an EMP or some kind of big power surge, protect my equipment that's here. Now I've got a metal roof house, you know, that's going to have a little bit of protection, but an EMP is a line of sight type deal. So I'm not going to get into all that, but I just thought this may be a good idea for some of y'all, and it's a whole lot less expensive. Depending on the size batteries that you get in this, you can get them from, you know, $80 to $100 up to $1,000, depending on what you want to spend and what you want to, you know, how long you want it to last for what you're running. I mean, you could plug a refrigerator through this thing and it'll keep that refrigerator running until the batteries get weak. So that kind of stuff. If you need something, this is an option. It's a lot less than those solar power banks. It doesn't do as much, but it is an option. And I just wanted to throw that out there. You know, I'm not done getting my shelves organized and all of that stuff, but I'm still trying to work on the reloading bench in the other room to get it set up. I thought I had plenty of room, and I'm actually going to probably have to take the shelves down I put up and put them back up, you know, add more shelves and so on, because I just don't have enough room for all my reloading stuff, and kind of walked away from it. And I've been doing all that reclaiming the property outside and the chicken pen, you know, chore we did, or I ain't gonna say upgrade, but a remodel we did as far as moving the door and stuff. But anyway, it's an option. Thought maybe it would help somebody. I hope it does. Y'all remember what I always tell you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.